Okay, let's use our new knowledge of bearings to a specific example. In this case, it's worked example 17 from your textbook. If we just pretend we don't have this diagram initially, and let's see, a boat travels 5 k's from P to Q in a direction of 35 degrees true. So, start with a little compass. This is point P. The boat travels 35 degrees true. So 35 degrees true is 35 degrees from north. So it travels 35 degrees true, a distance of 5 kilometres, to a point Q. So there's our picture. Part A is how far east of P is Q. So let's make this into a right angle triangle. And it wants to know, in an easterly direction, which is this direction here, how far east is this boat now? So let's look at our right angle triangle. We have 5, we have x, and we in fact have this angle here, because these two angles form 90 degrees, a right angle. If that little section is 35, then 90 take 35 gives us 55. So that's the information we need to find x. So we have the adjacent side to this marked angle, and we have the hypotenuse. So we use cosine. Cos of 55 is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. This is x divided by 5, move it over to the other side and times it by 5. So 5 times cos 55 gives us x. So 5 times by cos 55 is equal to, x is equal to 2.867882182 kilometres approximately. Let's round that off to 2 decimal places. So 1, 2, the third decimal place is greater than 5, so we move this 6 up 1 to a 7. So x is approximately 2.87 kilometres east of Q. Now, let's look at our triangle again. So here's our triangle. Remember that was 55, that was 5 kilometres, and the second part said how far north of P is Q. So in other words, it wants this distance here, because this was P and this was Q, and it wants to know how far in a northerly direction it has moved up. So this is opposite to the angle, and this is the hypotenuse, so we use sine. So the sine of 55 is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Then we times this side by 5, putting that into our calculator. Y is approximately equal to 4.095760221 kilometres. Rounding it off to 2 decimal points, 1, 2, that is 5. So with that 5, it means that this 9 rounds up to a 10. So Y is approximately 4.10 kilometres north, how far north of P is Q? Then it's 4.10 kilometres. Okay, the last and hardest part of this question says what is the true bearing of P from Q? So in other words, if we're here at Q, let's draw our little compass, and it wants to know if we look around to P, it wants to know what that angle is there, because a true bearing, remember, is the angle from north. Let's just pop a right angle triangle in here. So here's my right angle triangle. We know that that is 55. We were told that from the outset. The 3 angles of a triangle, 1, 2, 3, add up to 180 degrees. So if we say 180 minus 55 minus 90, that will give us what's left over, which is this angle here. Alright, so that gives us 35 degrees. So this angle here is 35. That is this section here. This here, this angle forms a straight line, which is 180 degrees. So in total, the true bearing is 180 for here, plus the 35. So therefore, the true bearing is 180, that's that straight angle, plus the 35. So what is the true bearing of P from Q? The answer is 215 degrees true.